Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Visokii Gaming here, back with some more breaking wrestling news. As always, I am the Duke of Durst, also known as Garrett. With me tonight, I have Brady and Charlie, as always. Actually, the last time I did this, I think I was on my own, but it doesn't really matter. Anyway, it doesn't matter. There a good reason, because everybody loves me. No. But so yeah, so some big stuff broke today. I don't think we expected when we got this first piece of news to get this another piece of news, but really would have been worthy of making a video. I guess maybe I would have uploaded like a 5-minute video or something about the first story, but the second story I didn't expect to happen. So Austin Aries has been released by the WWE. It was announced by them today. If you have the app, you got this notification. About what time did you get it at, Brady? Do you know what time it was?
I don't know what time. Probably about half an hour after it happened.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So yeah. So this was I think something I mentioned. It was either on this last episode we did for predictions or like some other podcast where we talked about the cruiserweights. I expected this to happen because Austin Aries will never be able to be a heel Austin Aries that Neville is basically doing almost a very similar character to what if you remember Austin Aries from TNA was like. So other than the fact that Austin Aries isn't from the UK, but but yeah, so I want to get your guys' opinion on this because this is pretty crazy because I didn't expect it to happen this soon. I expected although this is about the time during the summer when they start dropping people off that they don't need when they're gearing up for SummerSlam. So what do you think, Brady? This is crazy.
I mean, Aries was never going to get over in WWE, and it was pretty obvious. And he's a more natural heel. His matches with Neville weren't that good, in my opinion. I couldn't really get into him. And as a character, people didn't know what he was. He was supposed to be a face, but he looked like a total asshole. Let's be real. The guy just looks like a dick. He looks like a heel. The way he talks is heelish. The way he wrestles is heelish. And yet they're trying to push him as a baby face the whole time.
He dresses.
Yeah, everything. Just he screams heel. And at this point, they were probably hoping that he could get over as a babyface, so that way a heel turn would be more impactful, but he just never got over, so it doesn't surprise me at all.
All right, Charlie?
I think he knows how good he can be, and he knows 205 Live just isn't going anywhere anytime soon. And the top heel is always going to be Neville there, so he had no choice.
Yeah, he requested to be released, and they obliged.
So I'm sure we'll see him in the Indies and ROH and shit.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him prop up on WCPW while they're trying to get some, viewership back.
He could be an entrant into Bola this year. That could be a prediction.
Has he won Bola before?
I don't think so.
He might. You never know. All right. So, I mean, personally, like I said, this is I expected this to happen. It's not like a big shock to me. What shocked me is how, like I said, how soon it was. I would have expected maybe them to try something more. I guess they feel like with how long that they gave Austin Aries and Neville to get Austin Aries over, they basically decided, well, we put as much as we can into this guy. Because he was on NXT for a little bit before the Cruiserweight Classic, wasn't he? Just a tiny bit?
Yeah, they had to do a heel turn on Shinsuke, and then he got hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, and then because he didn't come back because he did announcing until he came back. Yeah, so, well, not until he came back, but for a while up until he did. I mean, and then I thought he had a good run. I mean, there was nothing wrong with it. They just never, if they really wanted to keep that character going, they had to give him the belt, and they didn't because they knew they weren't going to take it off Neville. So, yeah, I mean, this was just the next step. So
I think it goes to show that when you get to WWE, every time you go up, it's just like sports. It's like you're hitting restart every time you go back. If you listen to Jericho's podcast, Baron Corbin was talking about that, how when he went to the NFL, like when he went to college football, it was just like it was reset because he was the best on his team. Then he went to football, he was back at the bottom. And then he went to the NFL, and it was back to the bottom. Then he went to NXT, way back down to the bottom, totally new career. Went up to WWE, back to the bottom. I think that's how it was with Austin Aries, and people like AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, they were able to adapt. Can you name anything meaningful that Austin Aries did in WWE at all?
No, not really.
Yeah, so he's just
sure he
a
had
name.
some good matches in the Cruiserweight Classic. Probably threw some mean elbows. can't. He had a good match at WrestleMania with Neville. That's one good thing.
Wait, was Austin Aries in the Cruiserweight Classic?
Was he not? Maybe not. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Was he not? Was he just? Oh, was
WWE were with Baron Corbin and Shinsuke in NXT.
Oh, and then he just got shifted into the cruiserweights. Okay, well, whatever. I thought he was. I didn't watch the CWC, so I wouldn't know. But I was just assuming based off the fact that he was there. I figured that's when he got injured, but never mind. All right. So the bigger story, really, I mean, by far, Austin Aries is being released for something we expected. This was something that I don't think anyone expected. Today, was it today on the house show? Am I getting that right?
Yeah,
today on a house show.
Madison Square.
Tonight on a house show. Yeah, Madison Square Garden tonight. AJ Styles became the new United States champion. I have the article here. Does anyone want to break it down first?
Charlie, go ahead.
Basically, they always do these title matches at house shows, and he won it this time. Been a minute since they've done it, but yeah. They haven't done it with the United States title since September of 2000 with Lance Storm. So it's been a while, to say the least.
It keeps you on your toes. It's like when Samoa Joe won the title at a house show. It's like, oh, dude, that's cool. It makes you want to buy tickets now.
Yeah, what was the other WWE belt they did it with?
Long
ago.
Didn't they do it with the NXT belt?
No, I'm saying on the main roster.
Oh, on the main roster, I don't know.
I feel like it was one of the women. I feel like
maybe.
I feel like Sasha Banks won it off Charlotte at a house show or something.
Yeah, something.
And then drop the belt like right back to her or something.
Yeah,
stupid. On the next Raw or something. It was one of those weird things. But yeah, I mean AJ Styles. I got a picture. I don't know how well it'll show up on the stream. Let's see, let's look. You can kind of tell what it is. So there's AJ. He's yeah, you can't really tell. But
yeah, it's not showing up well.
You kind of saw AJ for a second. I could see I was looking at my thing, but it wasn't really.
Yeah,
focused. But anyway,
the belt. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's and it's really good. I love AJ Styles. I mean, he's one of the best wrestlers in the world, if not the. I mean, at one time I want to say he probably was for at least a short time. I mean, look, he was granted that by
the best in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I think he had 2016 Wrestler of the Year or something, which is yeah, there you go. He was having amazing matches in Japan. He's now having amazing matches in the WWE. Before that, he was having really good matches in TNA. I mean, this guy is wildly deserving of the belt, I would say. I mean,
yeah, the IWGP and WWE United States champions are Kenny Omega and AJ Styles, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy, So Brady,
I think it's cool because he won the #1 contender spot, but they didn't necessarily say that it was to face Kevin Owens at Battleground. Maybe they might have said that on TV, but it was never explicitly stated that he was the #1 contender for Battleground. It was AJ Styles is the #1 contender, and he probably came out on the house show and was like, "I'm not waiting until Battleground. Let's have a title match tonight."
It makes sense to do it at Madison Square Garden too. When I saw that it was that and not some little town in New Hampshire.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, bro, what do you got against New Hampshire? You want to fight?
Yeah, that's where Joe won it, in a little town in New Hampshire.
There you go.
Maybe
didn't he debut there or something, or didn't he have a big first win there or something?
No, it was NXT's first show in that area.
Well, no. I'm talking about AJ. I'm talking about AJ when he first came to the main roster.
AJ debuted in the Royal Rumble in Orlando.
Yeah, Orlando.
Oh, Orlando. I'm just getting my facts wrong today, guys. I'm glad you're here.
But I mean, yeah, I think it's cool. It's always nice when they're able to just throw a curveball. Like I said, I mean, this makes you want to buy a ticket to the live events because you never know, it could happen.
Exactly. Especially when you've got champions that don't necessarily have to hold on to the belt to stay relevant. I think it's a lot at this point. Well, almost all of them, except maybe save Jinder and the Usos, who I think should keep their belts for the time being. But yeah, I mean, you're right. It throws a hand grenade in all the ideals that we've established, that the belts only can change at pay-per-view, and the only time the matches happen on TV is when they're either going to make the champion look really strong or when they're going to just drop the belt for no reason. In the case of the women, So I don't know.
We have 2.5, a little over 2 weeks till Battleground.
Yeah, something exactly.
So that gives them plenty of time to set up more U.S. title feud stuff. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Cena might be vying for that, and then he may lose, and then go to Raw and buy for like another title. Who knows?
I think that this is an easy way if they were going to have AJ win the U.S. title at Battleground. That way, they wouldn't have to do they wouldn't have to continue Styles Owens at SummerSlam. That way, they would maybe they have other ideas for Owens. So in order to get rid of that whole rematch clause thing, he can have his rematch at Battleground.
Oh, that's a good idea, actually. Yeah.
And they can be done with it. So.
Hey, it makes wanna tune in SmackDown. I can tell you that much.
Oh yeah.
I'm curious to see what they do with it.
He's gonna open the show. You know he is.
Oh, on SmackDown Live. Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure, yeah. Because Raw's already gonna have so whatever big show they have coming off, whether it's positive or negative, coming out of Great Balls of Fire. I mean, there's just all kinds of crazy stuff. Do you guys have anything more to say specifically about either of these stories?
Oh, cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, like Charlie said, it's cool. I like it.
All right, well that'll do it for us tonight, guys. Make sure you tune in. Are we going live after Great Balls of Fire this week, guys? We do that.
So,
all right.
Sure, why not?
Tune in for that. If any news breaks out like this throughout the weekend, I guess we'll go live again. At least I will, at the very least. I shouldn't have made that promise because now something's going to happen. Anyway, this has been the Visokii Gaming Wrestling News Alerts, I guess, and we're out of here.